So what's happening, everybody? It's me, Terrell Griffin, aka the Gadget Inspector of the Armed Force. Just wanted to take a few minutes and kind of reflect on my week. It was interesting this week. Tuesday, I sat down with a couple fellow members of the 761st Gun Club. Courtney Redmond, who is a fellow committee member of mine, he's the hunting director, and Costi Harris, our vice president. The two of them and I, myself, just kind of spent a few minutes. I wanted to get out and just, I had some running around to do, so I ended up just kind of taking the chance to sit down with them, or actually stand with them while they were shooting, and just discuss some future possibilities. So that was nice. It was cool to kind of get out and vibe, and that was at point blank range in Mokina. The nice thing there is that was my first time there, so I got to shoot a few rounds of Courtney's 45, which was awfully clean. And I really hate shooting someone else's gun because usually mine is a certain brand. If I shoot it and I like it, I want it. So, needless to say, at some point, I hope to add a 45, especially since this being my 45th year on this planet. I was hoping to add, finally, a 45 to the collection. So, anyway, so like I said, that was pretty cool. It's nice to be able to see some of the different ranges. I didn't have a lot of time there to really get around and look at things, but they looked like they had a pretty good selection of firearms. They had a few people working, nice secure building, traffic, everybody was moving, so it seemed comfortable. I came in to film a few things, and they were real accommodating with that. They didn't offer any problems, so that was nice. I mean, not even having met me before, this is my very first time ever walking in, so that was cool. I do plan on going back. What else happened? As a side note, I like to shoot at, I got a small little setup that I shoot out at on some property my mom has. And it's nice because I'm able to do things like holster pulls and rapid fire, things that you're not able to do in your typical range. A group I follow on both Facebook and Instagram, called Sheepdog Academy. I don't believe it's open. I know there's an open house coming up. I think it's May 5th. Not quite sure, but once I get some details, I'll definitely link that, because, I mean, I don't know any of you that don't see it. Be nice to check out. Well, they're doing training and a lot of different stuff there as well, and they're open to some things that some ranges aren't. They're currently signing up memberships, which seems pretty reasonable for what they're offering. So definitely something you should check out, and that's that's Sheepdog Academy. They're out of Moni. I've never met them personally, but I support other Second Amendment advocates. So at some point in the future, I know I will at least shoot there. So, great place to check out if you're in Illinois, if you're sliding through, whatever. The big thing of the week would be Wednesday, and if you saw my last video, I kind of touched on. Wednesday was IGOLD, Illinois Gun Owners Lobby Day. This is an event conceived by Illinois State Rifle Association, another organization which I am a member of, happily a member of. They're always good to notify me and send, and not just me but everybody, but send out notifications as far as upcoming bills and upcoming legislation. Different towns, they were very vocal, and actually were the can't remember, one of the suburbs. There's like Deerfield and Northbrook. I think it might have been Deerfield. That has the it's Deerfield that has the assault rifle AR-15 ban, and they actually went ahead and sued them for violating our Second Amendment rights. So they're always on our side. They're always in Springfield lobbying, and they're doing the things that we can't. You know, I was able to go down on Wednesday, but I can't go down every day. So, you know, who's our voice when we're down there? And people like Richard Pearson are definitely taking care of that for us. So again, Wednesday was IGOLD, a real nice event. I was a little late getting down because I had some things to take care of in the morning, but I was able to get there in time for the march, in which we marched from the Bank of Springfield building in Springfield to the Capitol building. And it's a nice little route that they had kind of designated for us, in which for, I don't know, several blocks, we were actually walking straight at the Capitol building, which is at the end of the dead end, which is at the end of a street with a cross street. So it was nice, besides filming, which I'll talk about in a moment. It was just a nice, epic kind of moment, because all you saw was this sea of gold, and everybody had kind of one thing in mind, and one reason for being there. There's a lot of differences between all of the people, and the thing that we had in common was being Illinois gun owners. So it was nice to come together. One of my disappointments is that, and I mean it's still being new, is that I do wish that there were more faces similar to my own there. And the reason is because the media and the country is currently painting this picture and trying to define what an African American is. And they're painting this picture with the terms thug and terms like that, to try to paint this picture of people who look like me as being criminals and being, you know, all of these negative bad things, and we're not. You know, there's tons upon tons, and I couldn't give you numbers because who has these numbers, but there's a lot more African American gun owners in Illinois than people realize. And I would like for those faces to come out and not have to be afraid and be able to show force, because we were shown nothing but love at IGOLD. Groups like IGOT, Illinois Gun Owners Together, they were more than eager to shake hands and high fives and hellos and everything, as looking at us as another group, hoping to fight the good fight for the Second Amendment. So that was really nice. So I really hope we can and will get those numbers, because that, in a sense, is really what our club, the 761st Gun Club, is all about. So we had a gentleman. It was kind of funny. Our logo is a panther. Well, you know, depending on where you are, and you have you know, individuals that like to take things certain ways, but out of a crowded room inside the rotunda inside the Capitol building, a guy comes over and recognizes the panther on Costy's hat. We all had him on, but he saw Costy's hat and came over and actually asked if that was the logo of the 761st Tank Battalion, which it actually is. That's our namesake. So it was real nice to be identified and noticed that way. So that was pretty cool. Like I said, all in all, it was a great event, just because of you know, the epicness of it all. You know, here's couple thousand people all converging on the Capitol, kind of like you see in the movies, and I don't know, it kind of made it real for me. So I hope to be a part of it from years to come. So that'd be real nice. From there, that was pretty much the event of the day. Like I said, there was the march. After the march, there were some cards and some things that we were doing after, and dropping pretty much letting your representative know or your senator know your stance. So it's kind of like, hey, here I am. And like one of the slogans was, we'll remember in November. So, we have to stop supporting these politicians and legislators who don't support us. The time has come to now realize that whether you want to, this political game is either going to be played with us or against us. And with these groups like No RA, or however they want to pronounce it, with these celebrities who are coming up taking a stance against guns, we're going to have to do something and come together. I find it interesting that I never wanted to be like a Second Amendment advocate. I never wanted to be a person sitting here doing videos and be a poster boy for this. I just wanted to go and shoot. But constantly, daily, there's all of this this negative, these false narratives and these negative news reports that are showing gun owners in a bad light. And it's about time that we start changing that. So that's pretty much why I'm here. I may influence one person, I may influence 100 people. Who knows? But I can't sit and be silent and sit here and watch somebody chip away at my rights while I watch other gun owners who aren't realizing quite what's going on. As we're being painted into a corner pretty much, and made to telling everyone that we're, a certain type of individuals who we lead on these negative things, that we're here or we're on the verge of harming someone every day, is what they'll have you to believe. They'll have you to believe that the fact that these people like myself who are carrying, who carry a firearm every day, are just this close to creating a tragedy like these sick individuals were. Not ever taking the time to sit and say, well, you know what? Maybe something's wrong with that guy. Because what a lot of you don't realize, a lot of anti-gunners, which I don't know how many of you will even see this, but what a lot of you don't realize is that you're around firearms every day. And some of these celebrities who are out here talking and trying to, rally people against it, what they don't tell you is that guy with the shirt, the shirt pulled out, that's their armed bodyguard. They live in a gated community, but yet they want to tell you that you should be against guns with all the tragedies that are going around on the news every day. They want to tell you you're safe when you go to the mall, despite the fact that every time you turn around, some sicko decides to go and open up on innocent people. So while you're trying to preach that to me, if any of us were really unsafe, there'd be a lot more harm going on. So you want to take this minority of sickos and you want to kind of put them and throw them into the group that I'm a part of. Well, unfortunately, I keep ending up in these groups that everybody wants to make out to be negative. And believably, because I'm going to tell you, we're not any of them. So, enough is enough. And that's all I wanted to say. That's why I am the armed force. And so are you. Have a great day.